Welcome to the Player Supreme Show here at ZenMax.com. I am your host, Player Supreme. Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show today. I'm going to talk about hoe chasing, the subject I tried to avoid. But if you know what I've said about it, when you reach the top of your game, that's when you can be successful with it. Yes. You will be more successful with it, in other words. And that's when you can do what's called ball stealing, or steal the power back. When you go up pussy begging, respect and power, especially if you're in the black community, you would notice that. Sister then puts you on that track because she knows what you want. Women know what you want. You're not going to fool them with the nice guy shit. You're not going to fool them with who lies more, David Bowie or Michael Jackson, or do you take ice with your milk? You're not fooling them. They know what you want, and all you want is to stick your dick in one of her holes. She knows that. Okay? So when you run up on her, she has the power on her side because you ran to her. Just like a hidden passage in the Bible, they talk about the biblical characters ran to the Egyptian. That's significant. Shows subservience. So subservience happens when you run to her. You chase after her. You're then subservient. Okay? Because you showed the interest first. And when you have power on your side, you have conquered your issues. You have good swag, good confidence, good style in your dress, good conversation, good fuck skills, all the basics that I teach. It makes it easier for you to hoe chase successfully. Right now, the majority of you, if not just about everybody on this forum, cannot do it. I can only think of a couple that can do it successfully. Everybody can do it, but not successfully. It's where it's really worth it. When it's not worth it, it's a huge time drain. And if you don't have your confidence, you become depressed. Oh, I feel depressed. I'm tired of getting rejected, like little bitches, little females that you've been programmed to be. That's why you go through the steps to become a real man. As a real man, you can then decide you see this smoking hot babe, you're going to step over. You have more confidence than the average dude now. You have more swag. You have learned how to fuck the shit out of her, so you're carrying that confidence with you. And you've had lots of practice. Not just read a fucking ebook. You get nothing from reading an ebook but some knowledge. All it is information until you let it change your behavior. You let it change your behavior by doing the work, doing the practice. Behavior change. So your behavior changed from, I'm only 5'3", Nate, to, I'm going to get me some pussy tonight. Yeah. So hoe chasing is successfully occurring at the top of your game only. And I'm referring to successful hoe chasing. Excuse me for not quantifying it or qualifying it. I tried to announce that years ago, and suddenly people start hoe chasing. And I explained to them back then, when you get to the top of your game. Oh, I'm at the top of my game now. Only a couple lays. It usually takes about 50 lays. When you get 50 lays under your belt and you've acquired the kind of confidence that I'm talking about in teaching, and you've acquired the swag, the personal magnetism, you can knock yourself out. Because you also have the ability and the power to ball steal, which means bring the power back on your side. Yeah, you stepped over pussy begging, but you have the confidence to take that power from her, to put her back in her place, which the majority of you do not have. That's confidence that's built over time. It doesn't come from reading an ebook or just watching my lessons. It comes over time. It comes over through experience with women. You've got to have that experience with women. Everything I teach is a process. It's a path that you get on. As you go further down the path, you grow and you grow and you grow till you reach the end of your learning path and you start your true life. I have a problem with hoe chasing in the beginning, but no problem when you reach the top of your game. And there's some people that can get away with it. That's on the YouTube channel, for example, Bangura. He dresses well. He's got excellent charisma, excellent above average physique. He has that kind of charisma. So when he steps over, he's going to be more successful. And of course, he's pulling all kinds of ass. Although he does use my system, or sorry, not my system, but eye contact. Now, nobody can deny that I popularized that. Even Mode 1 is now talking about eye contact, which he didn't talk previously. Nobody can say that I did not popularize that. They can probably say, okay, well, yeah, I don't think you popularized the red pill thing, although I showed proof. I showed the old entrance to the original site, the original Player Supreme stuff. And by the way, in case you didn't know, back then there were only a few people in this industry. It's now oversaturated because it's one of the prime markets they teach in internet marketing to go into. There was only a few of us. There was RSD, there was Style, there was Mystery, there was Tariq, there was myself. Trying to think. That was pretty much it. They had websites. And Tariq started getting popular in the early 2000s. He was on Pimp Hop, the Players University, promoting himself, and also on the Pimps Network. It was either him or his agent. That's why he said he's very familiar with me. So, top of the game is your goal, whether you're trying to get a girlfriend or be a player. You cannot keep a girl to you if you're not at the top of your game. In most cases. I just read a report of a guy that or did a video, in other words, the guy asked how to get over a breakup. I had an email coming to me over the weekend. A guy wanted to know how to get his ex back. His girlfriend left him. Poor son of a bitch. The poor bastard wanted to get his ex back after she had sucked another man's dick and did every freaky thing he wanted just to impress him. But she won't do that for him. And he wants that back. The man with no power. I'm hoping to build better men. That is my goal. Men that will control their lives and control their destinies. The kind of power men that needs to be on this planet to shake it and move it, no matter what race you are. You start with your sexuality in the sex game. That's where you start building your real power. Notice how these businessmen suck at attracting women and controlling their women? They attract the gold diggers. David X. I mean, when you are such a simp that you put a fucking piano in your 2-story apartment just to impress a bitch, that's tricking. Trickonomics. That's not playernomics. When you know you're dealing with a gold digger, you can say anything you want to her, as he does, and he knows what he's dealing with. That's why he says what he says. It's not about personal power that you conquered women. He knows the females that come after him. I want you guys to become real men and have that personal power on your side so that if you choose to hold chase, as I said, you will step over and be able to steal the power back. Yes, you went over pussy begging, but you're not a simp. You've had 50 females under your belt. You've learned to mind fuck them if you need to. You've learned to bust them out mind-blowing orgasms. You are something unique. You're not one of the normal pussy beggars that are running out just trying to fuck. You're there for a team member. Because you know that you got to put a bitch to work. You got to give that bitch a job. If you're too scared for that, you are not at the top of your game. Also, if you still got that virtue shit, oh, it should be equal, you are not at the top of your motherfucking game. Get out of my face with that shit. If you're the societal kind of guy, oh, I don't show my women, or I don't try to dominate my women, you are not at the top of your game yet. Get out of my face with that shit. There is only one path. One path to the top. That's it. There is no alternatives. There are no magic scripts to hypnotize a bitch. There's none of that marketing shit that you see that's going to work for you. You got to crawl your way to the top. You got to fight your way to the top because it is going to be a battle inside of you. You have to learn how to handle females, how to master them. That is the only way. Anything else where you're not learning to master women, then it is the wrong path. Talking to a fella on a hangout, he said he liked to give his women options. That is not the path to the top of the game. There's only one option you give your female. Do what I say. If not, she can take option 2, which is you're done. That's the power that you need to have. The ability to walk the fuck away if it doesn't go your way. That's the kind of force that women actually bow to, they crave. They want that. They want to be dominated. Look at the success of this silly movie, 50 Shades of Grey, and the book. And I'm not talking red pill here. I'm not saying women want to be beat up, but they do like a man that controls. If you cannot accept control, you will not reach the top of your game. You will not become the uber male. You get what you deserve, which is lots of suffering. As the Buddhists call it, suffering. You will suffer. And you deserve every ounce of tears that will come out of your dumbass head. You think you're smarter because you might be a certain complexion. You're not. Learn the real game and walk the real path. Grow your power. That power will bleed over every aspect of your life. This is your training ground for life. You cannot go further until you've conquered this. This will always drag you back and hold you down. This is your second chakra. You either learn to fix this problem that you're having so the energy can flow through you freely, or you stay stuck here. You may grow in other areas of your life. You might become a successful businessman, but your sexuality, your sex area will suffer. You'll take the same weakness into that. You think Donald Trump didn't cry his fucking eyes out when his women left him? Or he broke up with them when he found out they're cheating on him? That's not a real man. I know some of you guys respect him. That's a businessman. That has nothing to do with being a real man. A woman can break him down and destroy his confidence. That's not a real man. When you get to where a woman cannot break you down, you're on the right path. And that is your goal, to become the real men on the planet. The planet needs you, fellas. You've got to finish your development. You got to continue to grow. I see so many people stuck on goddamn stupid within my forum. Still stuck on stupid. And I don't like just always delivering a negative message. But I'm trying to motivate. Now, some people say you could motivate more with sugar. I agree. I fully agree. I had no sugar left. So I'm using what I have, what I can. Grow your game. Conquer your life. Solve this issue so you start growing to the next level, which is, by the way, personal power. When you solve your sexual issues, and it's amazing, as I said in numerous times, how life is just like the chakra system. If you don't know what the chakra system is, just see it as a system of psychological points that you learn to overcome as you grow in life. Okay? First one is your base chakra, which is basically a psychological way of saying you learn to accept who you are as a human being, your history, your family. A black man who's not ashamed of being a black man is a powerful man. Okay? An Asian man who's not ashamed of being an Asian man is a powerful man. East Indian man, same thing. White man, same thing. After that, you begin to work on your sexual issues, which is the ability to attract and keep women. Life wants you to procreate. That's what this area is about. Getting the power so that you can attract women to procreate. Then the next area that you work on in your psychological life is your ability to have personal power in your environment. That's where you start to grow your power, your charisma. Then you work on your heart area. You learn to follow your passions. You learn to become more passionate. Then next is your throat chakra. You learn to speak your truth. Then is the third eye. You learn to see the truth. The top of the game is when you hit that last chakra. Everything I'm talking about can be said to be based on the chakra system, whether you believe it or not. It's an old system coming out of actually Egypt originally. They discovered that the body has certain energy points, and they attributed certain psychological things to each point. And it makes total sense. Don't think you're smarter than I am. That's the problem a lot of people make. I've done a lot of research, a lot of reading. If you don't accept it, don't use it. Use the psychological tool that I just laid out for you. Just erase the word chakra and put psychological key points of development. Okay? That makes you feel good and feel better. Use that. But either way, to become that complete man, you got to work that same path. You got to learn to speak, to orate. And I believe the ancient Greeks believed in the same system. to become the Uber man. I don't know what word they use for it, and I really don't give a fuck, so don't bother putting it down. But become the Uber man, you got to learn to come from your heart. Be about your purpose in life, your passion. You got to have that ability to have control over your environment, the people in your environment. That's where you stop bowing to others and start expressing your own control. That's the top of your game, fellas. I tell you, join Toastmasters so you learn to be able to orate. You can't learn to speak your truth. You can't even open your mouth and talk. It's not just for getting ass. It's for getting a life, becoming an Uber man in your life. Okay? It's time, fellas. It's time for you to jump on your path. Good day.